I don't believe it. And I really don't believe it, because on the top of this log, under some loose bark, there's a glowworm larva. It's surprising how often you're walking past something, a log or whatever, and you think, shall I look under it? No, can't be bothered. There won't be anything under it, and that's exactly what I did in this instance. I was going to sit down on this trunk, but when I lifted up this bark, that chap there was the last thing that I expected to be under it. It's a good, well, over 2 foot off the ground. I've been looking for one of these for a couple of weeks now, since the weather started to turn mild, but I never thought that I'd find it in this situation. Unbelievable, what strokes of luck. And there are strokes of luck that you get sometimes. I suppose when you put a lot of hours in, eventually you're going to get some luck come your way. But this, of course, is a glowworm larva, and I've been looking on the usual path in sections A, B, C and D of our former glowworm survey route that Dillis and I used to take, and then I found one under some loose bark on a section of felled sweet chestnut. You wouldn't have thought it, and even with my experience of this particular invertebrate, I didn't expect it either. I don't know how many of these Dillis and I counted over the years. I could tell you the exact number if I'd got access to our database, but I need to get home to do that. But we certainly recorded many hundreds, looking for these late afternoon, early evening, up until it started to get dark. And then once we got to the adult season, we would monitor the adults, count the adults, and then as the adult season started to come to a close, we started on these again, going up after dark, often into the early hours of the morning, looking for the larval glows of these larvae. Boy, did we spend some time with these. Over the years, Dillis and I used to look occasionally for glowworm larvae overwintering. We never found many, and most of the ones we found were like this, almost completely by accident. I'm right at the top of our old section I. This was always a good area for larvae, for looking for larvae after dark, when the larvae would be hunting and glowing. I know we found one at the bottom of I, and that was in a rotten log. I turned the log over, the log was rotten and promptly collapsed and fell to bits, and inside it was an overwintering glowworm larva. And we had one certainly underneath a log that was covered in frost. That was at the junction of sections K and L. Amazing. Amazing the fortune and stroke of luck that you can have in this hobby. What a lovely find. That's made my day. And funnily enough, I found one of our old labels a couple of 100 yards from where I am today. The memories have come flooding back.